Welcome to Meet the Candidates 2022, a voter education program brought to you by the Shakopee Chamber of Commerce. My name is Tim Zunker, and I'm the president with the Shakopee Chamber and Visitors Bureau. Our hope is that these candidate interviews and profiles will help you, the voter, understand your choices when it comes to the 2022 elections. We ask voters to arm themselves with the information necessary to make educated choices and to make casting a vote a priority. Please visit the Shakopee Chamber website at shakopee.org to find out more information about the upcoming election. And now I'd like to introduce BZach Pierson, who is running for Shakopee School Board. Zach, thank you for joining us today. Please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thanks for having me. Well, I've been a Shakopee resident for a little over 2 years, moved from Burnsville, and I've had a career in sales and some various other positions. I don't really have a lot of political experience. I'm not really well versed in the arena of politics, I guess. Really, I'm just a dad who just wants to help out where I can. I did serve as vice president on my HOA board for a couple of years previously, and that's probably about the closest relatable thing that I have to this position that I'm seeking here. But that's pretty much the base of it. Been married for almost 7 years, and I've got 3 girls, and that's a little bit about me.
Great. Thank you, Zach. Well, let's get started with the questions. What inspired you to run for the school board?
I'm, like I said, I'm just a dad. I've got one daughter in 5th grade right now, and I've got 2 younger that aren't in school yet, but will be eventually coming into the school system at some point. And we've decided to make Shakopee our home, so we plan on being here for the long term. And so I just see a lot wrong with what's going on in the public school system, both locally here and nationally. And I just want to help make a change and make the public school system a better place for my kids growing up. And that's really what inspired me to seek this position.
Great. Thank you. We've seen the graduation rate for Shakopee High School stay above the state average. What can the Shakopee School District do to not only maintain this level, but exceed it?
I think the biggest thing is we need to continue to support our teachers and our students by making sure that they have the resources that they need as teachers, to teach our kids, and as students, that they have what they need, both from staff and resources to achieve their goals and get a quality education. I think that we need to have an achievement-based grading system that rewards those who excel, and I think that we need to support those that need the extra help. And I think those are the biggest priorities.
Great, thank you. According to Minnesota's North Star accountability system, we have seen the number of students meeting standards in math, reading, and science drop from pre-pandemic numbers. What can the Shakopee School District do to bring those numbers back to pre-pandemic levels?
I think one of the most important things is we need to make sure kids are learning in person going forward. Kids across the board nationwide have just not done well with the distance learning model that we had during COVID. And so I think we need to find other ways to mitigate the concerns that brought us to the distance learning model, other than keeping kids at home and doing video classes and things like that. And again, I think the other thing that we need to do is we need to focus on rewarding achievement and help those who are struggling. I think that it's important that those who are doing well are rewarded based on their efforts, and those who aren't doing well have somebody that comes alongside them and spends extra time to help them get to the point where they can do well. And I think that's how we get back to where we need to be.
Great, thank you. In 2021, voters approved an operating levy for the Shakopee School District. If elected, what are your priorities regarding the school district's budget?
The school district needs to operate within a budget. It's really that simple. I compare it to my household budget or anybody's household budget. When I run out of money at the end of the month, I don't have the ability to go to my employer and say, hey, I'm going to need an extra $3,000 this month to cover some out-of-pocket expenses. I have to operate with what I have. And that means if I have an unexpected expense come up, I have to find those funds elsewhere. I either have to cut something out, or I have to make some sacrifices to make things work. And I think when cuts are made, they need to be focused on those things that will impact students the least. And so we need to look at cutting the fat out of the budget when that becomes a part of the conversation. There are things that we can certainly go without and still maintain a quality education for our kids. And I really believe that there needs to be more oversight and more transparency where and how money is spent. And I think that that's a shortfall of the school board in the past.
Great, thank you. What has the existing school board done well, and where do you see opportunities for improvement?
Well, I guess one thing I'll say about the existing school board is obviously COVID and the pandemic was a challenge for everyone. And so to the existing board's credit, they obviously had some unprecedented and difficult decisions to make during the last 2 years. And so, I guess it's somewhat understandable that there have been some missteps. However, I don't think that excuses those missteps. And that leads me to the other part of your question. And I think that the school board and the school district have no place making health-based decisions for children or families. I think that when it comes to masking and vaccines and things like that, I think that needs to remain a family decision that families and parents make for their children, and not having a governing body or school district making those decisions for them. Other areas for opportunity or improvement, I believe, is the critical race theory that is in the curriculum. And I know that there are those who will say it's not part of the curriculum, but it is. It's just under different names. And I think that needs to be gotten rid of. I also attended some board meetings over the past year, and I witnessed firsthand opposing viewpoints being shut down, while those who were agreeable were given more time to speak, so on and so forth. And so those are some things that I can call out just off of the top of my head that are concerning to me.
Great, thank you. That concludes our questions. So I'd like to give you the opportunity to give your closing statement and message to the voters.
Excellent, thank you. So to the voters, I just want to reiterate, I'm just a dad, and I'm not anybody special. I don't have a wall full of plaques. I'm just a dad who wants a better future for my kids and everybody's kids. The indoctrination of our kids needs to stop, and we need to get back to basic fundamental education. We need to teach kids how to think instead of what to think. We need to equip them for the workforce so that they can succeed. We need to put an end to wasteful spending and stop squeezing the tax-paying public who are already stretched to the max. And I think those are some things that we can start working on.
Great, thank you, Zach. As a reminder, the views expressed in these interviews are those of the candidates, not those of the Chamber and Visitors Bureau. The Chamber is sponsoring these events as a service to the community and has gone to great lengths to ensure the objectivity. The Chamber does not endorse any candidate, but seeks to provide you, the citizens and voters of Shakopee, with the information you need to make an informed choice. The Shakopee Chamber and Visitors Bureau extends a sincere thank you to the candidates. Thank you again, Zach. We appreciate your time and your service to our community by running for office. You're performing an important service to us all. Again, thank you for joining us for this edition of Meet the Candidates 2022. Please join us September 29th at River Valley Church for our candidate forum. Please visit the Shakopee Chamber website at shakopee.org for more information. Thank you. Thanks, Zach.
Thank you.